Good morning, Centurion Vineyard family, and welcome to day 4 of our devotional series, When Jesus Speaks Peace. Yesterday we saw how after Jesus had resurrected, he appeared among his disciples where they were in that locked room, where they were locked up together with their fears, their anxieties, their uncertainties, paralyzed and placed by their fear. And Jesus appears in their midst, in this locked room, and he speaks peace over their lives and into their situations. Now, this is ironic because realistically, Jesus shouldn't have needed to have said those words. You see, just a few short days earlier, on the night that he was to be taken captive, Jesus shared one last Passover meal with his friends. And it's during this meal that he has a conversation with them, and he tells them about what is going to be taking place in the next couple of days, in the next few days, what he's going to be doing for them, and what will be different and what is going to happen afterwards. You see, relatively early on in this conversation with his friends, Jesus says to them, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid." And that's John 14, verse 27. I'd like to look at a couple of phrases in this statement this morning. And the first one that jumps out at me is the phrase, "My peace I give you." And let me tell you why. Look at all that Jesus would go through over the next several hours as the prime example of this peace of his that he speaks about here. He would be mobbed, and yet he would remain calm and in control of the situation the whole time. He would be taken before the most powerful men, the key leaders of Israel at that point in history, and yet he would remain unfazed, unshaken, unmoved in the face of their rants and accusations. Again, he would be brought before the authority of the ruling nation, Pontius Pilate, beaten and bloodied, and yet he would stand more stately and more dignified than if he were robed with the most splendid robes around. He's whipped, he's beaten, he's crucified, all without fear or desire to retaliate. How could he have done this? If it had been me, I would have lashed out, I would have defended myself, begged, pleaded, ranted, raged. And yet, not Jesus. He remains at peace. You see, this is a peace that comes from his relationship with the Father and the Holy Spirit, the other two members of the Trinity. This is a peace that he has, knowing that he is doing what he is destined to do, that he is going through something that he knew that he would. This is a peace that comes from knowing that a few short days later he's going to rise from the dead and later ascend to take his place again with his Father in his kingdom in heaven. This is the peace that he has left for us. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that through our relationship with him, with the Father and with the Holy Spirit, we can have the ability to stand with quiet confidence and assurance before those in power and authority, dignified, no matter what our outer circumstances. We can take the beatings, take the knocks without fighting back, without rage and aggression. We can do this because of our relationship with him. We can know that no matter what the situation, it will pass. Ultimately, we will take our place with him, with the Father, with the Holy Spirit, in their eternal kingdom in heaven. You see, this is ours to lay hold of, to live out of in our lives as he did every single day. And we can do it every day because I do not give you as the world gives, he says. And what is the difference between the way that the world gives and the way that Jesus gives? Well, when the world gives, what it gives generally doesn't last very long, does it? When the world gives, it either fades or wastes away. It's either taken back or taken away from us, right? When Jesus gives, he gives that which lasts and without thought of taken back. He gives of his very self. And not only does he give his peace, but he also gives us the originator of that peace to be within us, the Holy Spirit. Remember, Galatians 5 verses 22 and 23 tells us that one of the fruit of the Holy Spirit is peace. And as believers, we have the Holy Spirit within us producing that peace. Peace I leave you, my peace I give to you. Whatever you're facing today, whatever you will be facing in the days ahead, can I encourage you to reach out to Jesus and receive from Him His peace to carry you through these times. Ask the Holy Spirit, allow Him to produce His fruit of peace within you, within your life, and see what a difference that will make. God bless. See you tomorrow.